Hey, this is Ralph. Uh, uh, South Carolina Amendment News. I have to get the hang of saying it. I just made up the name. Just thought of it. So this is the first day of actually using it, and I'm still trying to get used to it. But the abbreviation is S.C.A.N, which I thought was pretty cool. But anyways, went to the inside. Well, I was going to go inside, and I forgot to put my mask on, so I was going back to the car to get my mask to go back in. And then there was an officer walking up, and he asked me, can I help you? He was very cordial, very polite, the whole time, and he helped me out immensely. And I did this for my wife, to put her at ease, to make her feel more comfortable, and to let her know that this, yes, I can do this. And then, well, his name is They have two Burks, R. Burke, Bruke, Burke, and his ID number is 8888. He was very helpful, and we talked about it. And I'm gonna try and put it wasn't a video, but it was a recording, talking. And he knew I was recording. I said, let me record this so that way I can show it to my wife. And I'm going to show it, try to put it on there, y'all. I'm still learning how to do the video stuff, how to put the videos together and stuff. If I do a video, I'll have to edit, take all the long stuff, stuff like that. I have to put it on the laptop and probably do it from there, because I do have some stuff on there I can use. But anyways, he told me that, it was okay to video in public places, everywhere, just where I could see. But I can't go into private property, which I understand, and restricted areas, I can't go in there, and everything like that. And about maybe 3 days ago, I called. I live in South Carolina, which is why it's South Carolina Amendment News. I didn't go. I called Charleston City Hall downtown, and in South Carolina, and I called them and asked them about the Market Street down there. They have a Market Street, and it has different businesses inside of it. I thought it was privately owned, and somebody rented it out, for making money off of it. And I always thought that when I was younger, because it's got like two little buildings that are right there in the center of the road, and you got one lane coming up one way and one going down the other. It's like a one-way part on each side, and it's got different businesses on one side and businesses on the other. And you got East Bay Street down the road, right at the end of it. It's between East Bay and Meeting Street, if you want to look on a map or something, but it's like right there, and it's really cool. And I'm going to go there. I called City Hall and talked to a lady there and asked her if it was owned by the city or privately owned, because I wanted to find out if it was okay to film there, because it would be in public and in public places. And she said it was owned by the city, which means that I can go there, video, and no one can tell me I can't. And, just like everybody says, and it's true, there's no expectation of privacy in public. And if somebody has a problem with it and they call the officer, stuff like that, and officer approaches me, if I haven't, if he says, can I see your ID? I'll say, have I committed a crime? If he says no, then I respectfully decline to show you my ID, but my first name is Ralph. But that's all I'll give you. And he can't say anything, because I haven't committed a crime and I haven't been arrested. So I'm going to be as cordial and as polite as possible. Even if they're mean to me, I'm still going to be polite. But if you're nice to them, they'll be nice to you. But sometimes they have a bad day. I understand that and everything. And I understand there's hard cops out there, being hard and everything. It's all because of issues that they have. And sometimes they bring it to work. Sometimes they're just naturally like that, because of their job. And they try to enforce law on you, and they're try to get you to do things that you're not supposed to do, and get you to say things you're not, try to get you talk, just different things, And I've watched different people on the internet. I did watch YouTube and everything, and learning how people. I first started watching videos on people doing the First Amendment. This is why I do these videos. I'm going to do these videos, and I watched one person. Well, I watched all of them, about the First Amendment. It just happened that I seen it one day and I started watching it, and I got hooked on it and watching more, and now I want to do it myself. Well, there's one I have to get credit to, very, very much credit, because he is very cool. He knows what he's talking about, and this is who I'm modeling after. And it's Amazon Press. His name is Jason. His first name is Jason. I don't care about his last name, but as far as I believe his first name is Jason. And he was in, from his background a little bit that I know of from listening to him. He's from New York, and he lives somewhere in Colorado, which is cool, you know. But he's very cool. He does carry a weapon. He believes in all the amendments and everything that you're supposed to have. I don't believe in carrying a handgun or anything in public, which I'm not going to, even if I could, because you know something might happen. Somebody might try to take my weapon or something and hurt someone or something like that, and I wouldn't want that to happen. And I wouldn't want an accident to happen. If a child was around me. But that's one reason why I wouldn't carry one. And I really don't believe in weapons anyway. I don't even own one. There's issues about that, but I won't own one. But Amazon, I can't remember how to spell it, but it's on YouTube. It's Amazon Press. AMAG something something something. You put that in and then put press. This does First Amendment audits. He goes to different places and he actually goes to officer scenes. And as far as taping officer, you can tape officers if they're in public, and as long as you don't interfere, there's no reason for them to mess with you because you're in a public place. They're seen by the public, and it's absolutely okay to public. The video of them in public, and I mainly wanted to go to police station to talk to the officer there. The the public relations person. Whoever they have for public relations, and ask them. And I'm going to start doing videos and everything. And for now, I'm going to go out in public places, outside public places. I don't really feel like going into buildings yet until I'm comfortable with it and I have it down. I'm going to be very respectful, and any place that I feel that I can go, if it's public, if I find out that it's public access, I'm going to go. Just like for right now, I'm going to try Somerville, see what that does, and where I live at, and then I'm going to Charleston one day. I want to get a GoPro with the stick. I can be able to hold it, walk around, look. And also, I want to get a body cam and put it on my body, so that way, in case somebody messes with this one, I'll still have a backup, and it protects me. And when somebody approaches me, I'll have the body cam on, and I'll let them know yes, it's recorded. And if I could do live stream, then I'll do live stream if I can. I don't know how that would work. Sorry, I'm scratching my hand. Bug bit me. But I think it's a flying ant or something. We got flying ants around here. I don't know how. But it's really cool. The thing about back to about Amazon Press. He's really cool. You do have some of those that go in there to bait people just to get a reaction, and get people to look at your YouTube channel, stuff like that. The officers know the law. They know that they can't ID you if you're not committing a crime or if you're not being arrested. Being in a vehicle, I would advise to give your ID. If you don't have any warrants or anything, you know you don't, why fight them? It's just going to make it worse. You're going to have, because you're stopped, and it's a law. If you haven't done anything wrong, cool. Just show them the ID. Show him your driver's license. Show him your, uh, I'm not a cop or anything, but show him your ID. Show him your registration. If you don't have it, just tell him you don't have it. Be honest with them. Because it gets you in trouble. It can put you in jail, and then you're screwed. You're screwed out of a job. You're screwed out of. You're going to get your car impounded if you're by yourself. Why fight the police? It does absolutely no good when you're in a vehicle. Just show your ID. It's not that hard. There's no fight about it, and they will give you a hard time. And 9 times out of 10, they are in the right when they legally stop you, because they have a legal right to take your ID, for you to handle your ID, for them to check everything. Because if it's a traffic stop, 9 times out of 10, you will lose. And if you give them a hard time and you don't want to do what they ask, that is obstructing justice. Because I looked into the law and everything, and I looked into it about it, and if every time an officer would stop me, I show him my ID. If you get a ticket, you get a ticket. If you want to fight it, fight it. If you don't want to fight it, don't fight it. But just don't give them a hard time. I don't want to see people go to jail for something stupid. Like not wanting to show an ID just because you think you don't have to. When you're on the street and somebody stops you, the first thing I'm going to do, if an officer stops me, approaches me, and asks me, how am I doing, I'm going to ask them for a badge number. Which the one I did today, he asked me what I was doing, or could I help you, and I tried to explain it to him before we got on the video, what I wanted to do. And I asked him if I could, do the sound record, so that way my wife could hear it, and that was the purpose of it, for my wife. So that way she could understand that it was okay, because she gave me a hard time about it. She was afraid I was going to get arrested, stuff like that. So I wanted to show her that it was okay. But, and I didn't have to tell him who I was, but I told him my name is Ralph. And that's all I gave him. And he was very cool about it. But when you're in your car and you get pulled over, if you didn't do anything wrong and you have it and everything's legal, just give it to him. It would be good to do. It would be a nice thing to do. So that way it doesn't cause more problems. Thinking that you're above the law, just like I read about the sovereign citizen, which I think is stupid. You're not above the law. You have to follow the law just like everybody else, as long as you don't break that law. But anyways, I want everybody to be safe. I don't want to see anybody get arrested for stupid things. So please, if you get stopped by the police, please just hand it over. It's not going to hurt you. If you don't have a warrant, you have nothing to worry about. Don't sit there and say, I don't have to give it to you if I'm not being arrested or charged with a crime. It does not work that way, trust me. I've seen it with my own eyes in person. It does not work that way, and you will lose every time. I'm dead serious. So please, just hand it over. That's all I gotta say. But I'm gonna cut it short because my time's running, and I will do my best to put the sound of, the recording of when I talked to the officer about the video in public, and that's all I did for right now. I'm working on the rest of it. But y'all have a good day. Be safe. And this is South Carolina Amendment News. Later.